What up, crypto lovers and enthusiasts? March PCE numbers came out. We're going to take a look at those numbers and we're going to take a look at the implications. Okay, I'll give you my thoughts on where we could see this blow off top happen. Okay, ETF outflows last 2 days in a row. We're going to take a look at that chart. I think we're just going to focus mostly on that, and then maybe we're going to take a look at some other charts that basically, to me, are saying something similar. It's going to be boring for a little while. Boring, not dropping precipitously. All right, boring, but that is great opportunity. And so, without further ado, let's do this. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that it's Friday, so TGIF to everyone who celebrates. Okay, so first, let's go to my X really quick. No, Twitter. Okay, the Kobayashi letter. March PCE inflation. The Fed's preferred inflation measure rises to 2.7 above expectations of 2.6%. Core PCE inflation was 2.8 above expectations of 2.6. We now have CPI, PPI, and PCE inflation rising for 2 straight months. And it asked the question, the poster asked the question, how can the Fed cut interest rates? And I'm saying that they can't. The market tends to agree. Okay, the market tends to agree and thinking that probably won't see a cut, 30% chance of seeing a cut in July. All right. I think, although the Fed said they were going to do 3, I think 1 is probably the most probable, maybe 2 cuts this year. And I also personally think that I think the blow off top part of this cycle happens some point after that first Fed cut. Okay, months after, I don't know, probably months after, but after that first Fed cut, I think at some point after is when we won't see a parabolic blow off top before that time, in my opinion. So to me, if that cut happens or 1 cut happens at the end of this year, then I think we see a blow off top at the end of 2025, the quarter 4 of 2025. That's what I think. Historically, that's also been the case. It aligns. We need about 200 and something days of maybe sideways accumulation, sideways consolidation, doing nothing around these levels for us to be in line with the timing of the previous bull cycles. All right, and things, I don't know, might be regressing to the mean. So a lot of signs to me this whole week, right, that I've been talking to you about this stuff, keep saying the same thing: sideways consolidation. Also, HODL 15 Capital, all right, give them credit. Last couple of days, look at these two. Boom, boom. 198 million in outflows, 121 million in outflows previously. And then the week numbers, that was on the 24th, today, on the 25th, right? Yesterday, 198 million. On the 24th, 121. 23rd, 19th through the 23rd, we did have some, the 18th through the 23rd, we did have some up days, but not much. 60 million, 62, 32. Okay, so I mean, from here, you can really see it's just waning, ebbs and flows of it, really, okay? And that's cool because eventually price was gonna get to a level or it's gonna just bore people, right? And maybe we will start going down and testing 59, 60, eventually, right? Not right off the bat, right? Just slowly in the summertime, maybe just lulling people to sleep, but people will be buying, people will be nibbling. So I don't think it'll be staying below that price, 59, 60, unless, Black Swan or maybe a little wick, little wicks maybe up here the whole time. But I mean, really, how long before this is at 60,000? June 3rd. I mean, days away, and this ascending line is at 60,000. Okay, and this is ascending line. I think to me is going to be interesting and important. Once we fully break up above this line, we do go parabolic. So, and that's what history has shown. Once we break well above, we go parabolic. Once we break above, we go parabolic. Okay, so history has shown that, guys. Let's see what happens. Is this time different? Usually when they say it is, it's usually not. But we are playing here, and I mean, Yeah, so if you look at the Coinbase one, for example, slightly different. I understand that slightly. With this part right here, just playing with it, boom, boom, boom. But once we were out of there, we could play with it for a little while, right? How long was this? Summer 28th to April 13th. Wow, 16. Could be right. It could be the rest of this year. Oh, the rest of these few months, we're kind of be right around here, like I said, in that triangle. And from there, eventually, right, once we know that this area is now support, boom, we start moving up. After the Fed cuts rates, all the other factors that come into it, and it just lines up very nicely with the rest of the previous cycles, right? We'll see what happens. Maybe it's not that simple. Maybe we will have decisions to make at the end of 2024 where people are like, "Ooh, is this the top?" Right? It could be that could be the thing. But we'll see. Right now, it's you know, I'm just thinking sideways for Bitcoin, boring. Creating new ranges, right? Eventually, we won't be in this range. 30 days from now, maybe we're in a new range. Maybe we're closer to down here in a range down here, or maybe we're even up here a little bit. We'll see. Time will tell, but it won't be massive, and I think it won't be too out of this triangle that I have right here, guys. If you can see it, all right. That's how I sees it. I think we're gonna leave it there, guys. Okay. Oh, well, let's take a look at the DXY. Overall, zooming out, it looks bearish, but for right now in the short term, again, it looks relatively strong, right? If it looks like it's trying to hold this right here, this line right here, this area support at 105. Right, if it does, then maybe it's going to try to make a play up here, and maybe that's another reason that while it does this, it takes a month or two to do that before it starts going down. And at that point, everything has to kind of line up, right? Everything has to kind of line up, and it's kind of saying similar things so far. Things could change in a day. All right. How did the other markets react to it? Dow Jones is kind of green. To the implications of how do they react to these numbers and the implications of what they mean, which means the Fed is probably not going to cut rates like they said they were gonna, and definitely not in July. All right, like I said, maybe one or two, and the market's pricing it in. Although the S&P, Nasdaq, and Dow Jones are looking pretty good. How do these risk numbers look? 2-year, okay. Red, 10-year, good. I mean, not that bad. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance really quickly. Is this a fake out? Is this a fake out? That's the $64,000 question. Is this a fake out? Are we going to come back down? Or do we bounce from here and keep moving up? Let's see what happens. Total 3, turned over again. We've done that before. It's almost looks like a little fractal of this little move right here, doesn't it? But we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, I think we're going to leave it there, guys. It's Friday. I'm sure you guys have a lot of stuff to do, and I don't want to get you all upset if you guys are expecting like huge pumps. Don't expect huge pumps yet. Expect them. They're coming. Believe me, they are coming. But first, we got to get through this final shakeout or whatever you want to call it. Whatever it is, it's just the dog days of summer. Let's see how long it lasts for. All right, guys, if you can, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. I am trying to grow this channel. All that stuff helps if you can do that. Cool, do that. See you guys Monday. Have a good weekend. Peace.